and being around each other. It's the lovey-dovey stage. But now 3 months,
a year,
a year, you're already seeking enjoyment outside with your friends. Then I think maybe you should just go marry your friends.
Okay, Ernest.
Yeah, Andy. Good afternoon. You see, this is where sometimes I have a problem. When people see marriage as a ceremony, when people meet and I'm also getting
They make merry.
Yeah, they make merry. You know, it's for the pomp and pageantry. You know, the beauty of it. But we forget that marriage is an institution. It's a full-time profession. If you are not ready, don't go there. Because you see, the moment you decide to marry, you cede off part of your freedom. Two people from different backgrounds having a common goal and forming a team to achieve that goal, including procreation and having a better future. So there are things that you used to do that you have to stop. Not because you want to, but because the situation you find yourself does not permit you to do that. This is basic. So if you get into marriage without this understanding, which means you were not ready for marriage. You went in for the fun side of it. Yeah, bridesmaids. Don't do. Then you'll be flipping your fingers, showing the rings. And you know, there was this video that I saw recently that a girl said, when you meet a boyfriend, don't ask for pizza. Ask him to marry you. After marriage, what next? This is why some of these things play out. The person is not ready, but it's because it has become fun. That is in vogue. That is what everybody is doing. Everybody wants to get married. Even, you see, so it has become fun. The seriousness, the lessons, the preparations that go into it, we don't pay attention. You go for counseling, 6 months. After 6 months, what else? Because it's practical. Yes, the counselor will tell you his or her experience, what he's read, what he's heard, and the people he's encountered and all these kind of things. But it is up to you to apply it. It's like going to church and the pastor preaching to you. You can be the listener, but not the doer. It depends on you. So if the person is not willing and not matured, not prepared to get into marriage, these are some of the things that happen. Now, back to what Kwabena said. You see, you met the lady like that. You made her aware that you liked it that way. And you both enjoyed it. Now that you are changing, you are beginning to see things differently. But let me ask you, if you feed your dog every day with a particular food, then you tell your dog, we've moved from this house to another house, so I'm changing your food. How easy would that be? You see, when we're going out and we see things that we don't like, that is why I don't believe in that.
It can be easy.
Well, how easy is that?
Oh, if they move you from Adum to Joy, you change the language.
You see,
It's not that easy.
You will change.
So
You have to change. If you don't change, it means you don't belong there.
We know Ghanaians.
But this is marriage.
We know Ghanaians.
Why? Is it not the same institution?
We know Ghanaians
it's
who
not.
travel from Ghana and they still send Kobe to Abuja
Exactly.
because they are used to that food.
Exactly.
They can't, adjust to the foreign taste and all these kind of things. What I'm trying to say is that perception that when I marry her, when I marry him, he will change, she will change. I don't believe in that. If there should be change, it should start from the word go, so that we all help each other to be better. But you leave her, and even after marriage, you were still enjoying the night. You see, I don't have a problem with the nightlife. I don't have a problem. If married couples, you decide to have fun together, I don't have a problem. But where she still believes that she's single and owns herself, and for that matter, nobody has the right to even say something about what she does, that is where the problem is. She still sees herself as single, as not married. She wants to have fun. Then, madam, why did you get married? That is why I have a problem. You leave your husband, and a married woman, you go out for a week. A whole 1 week. 7 days. Then your husband knows where you are, your husband has no idea about the people you are with, then you come with videos with guys and with ladies, come on, that is crap. That is the highest sense of insult you can subject any man to.
Okay. Let's invite Saminiwa in the conversation. We're dead. Let me establish that.
Saminiwa.
You're not dead. There's no cause for a laugh.
You're still living.
I feel like the guy started something he can't finish. And it looks like for the guy, the sense of maturity dawned on him earlier than, maybe the lady expected. Because if both of you engaged in these nightlife activities, he was expecting that, okay, maybe we've done it for a while. Let's cut each other some slack. Let's give it a break. But the thing about most ladies, I should say, is that once you haven't clocked that age of 30, it's believed that after 30, reality has to set in. It dawns on you that, okay, now fully like adulthood has started.
Yeah.
So you have to ditch certain, and trust me, even your body wouldn't respond. It wouldn't yield to certain things. So for her, she's nearing her 30. She's not yet 30. So she feels like, I've still got
Still young.
time. So that reality of, hey, you are now married, you need to sit up, you need to do it, hasn't dawned on her fully. And I think they really need to sit and talk.
Yeah.
I am wondering the kind of conversations they had prior to the marriage, because if they really, discussed issues that needed to be discussed, certain things like this shouldn't pop up. But if they were all caught up, if they were so caught up in the frenzy of youthful exuberance and whatnot, and they ignored certain topics that they had to discuss, that's when these issues come up. But as I'm saying, maturity is lacking on the part of the lady. Because if you may be a lover of nightlife, but why would you throw the sanctity of your marital vows to the dogs like this, where you are indulging in certain activities that come as an affront to your husband? It shouldn't be so. You should have that sense of responsibility, knowing that you've committed to somebody. Even when it comes to a relationship, there is commitment. There is that responsibility to do right by each other. Not talk about marriage. You've taken it a step further. So you need to be responsible in that manner. But it looks like she is yet to come to terms with that reality. So now the onus falls on the man to make her realize. Someone will say 1 year is too sharp. If the guy were to be my relative, I'll tell you that you need to separate from your wife for a while. Maybe she hasn't realized how bad it is. You understand?
Yeah.
Separate from her. Sit and talk. Assess the whole marriage. 1 year on, are we heading towards the right direction, or what is going wrong? Assess it. If she still feels like, hey, and you are doing too much, you are complaining, I haven't done anything wrong, they need to give each other a break. It's not a divorce. Just separate for a while. Maybe with the help of a therapist or a psychologist or anything. They have these kind of, exercises they put in place for you guys to really assess and test. Yeah. Up until it dawns on her, because this one is all about the lady's mindset. Yeah. She needs to change her mindset thoroughly. And the kind of, squad she's hanging out with. Obviously, these are people without responsibilities.
Or, they are not married.
Exactly. So if you're married and you're still moving single, you don't expect them to equally advise you. So her circle has to change. And her grooming, they have to start a whole process of grooming her back to her senses. Or even if that senses, if they never existed, they have to find a way to pump some sense into her head. Because obviously it's flown out of the door. Because, reality hasn't dawned on her yet. She's still living and moving single, which is an eyesore.
Yeah.
But she also feels like, and trust me, when ladies especially, when we are nearing that 30, especially if you are from a background where they keep drumming into your ears, your biological clock is ticking and your expiry date is nearing. That kind of thing. You want to do everything before you near that 30 mark.
Wow.
That's how no makai.
Men say that.
I want to say that.
No, there's an expiry date on women.
Share.
Women, are you listening?
There's no.
You have expiry date.
No.
Sorry.
Point of correction. There is no expiry date. feet. That's what I mean. Guys who want to, chide you and they rather throw
Remember
it in.
the expiry date is 6 feet.
Oh, yeah.
I remember expiry date is 6 feet.
Now it cuts across because, lady, we all see people are giving birth at the age of 50 and whatnot.
Yeah.
So nobody has an expiry. What expire?
Those situations are rare.
That's what I'm saying.
But that doesn't mean somebody has to
The
marry.
market value
Change
goes
now.
down.
That one, you will allow it to go down. Obi to me so bored. This is what happened to say. I'm devaluing myself. So the lady really needs to sit up. She wants to be adventurous and do everything before she clocks 30. That's just what I'm thinking.
So if you want to
not,
do so, why get married?
Exactly.
that's what I'm saying. I wanted to know the conversations that went on prior to the marriage. Because obviously this guy sold the idea that, I don't need you to change. You can be yourself. And the worst thing you can do is tell somebody to be themselves.
You don't even have to go further. First of all, the first paragraph of the letter states that they are adventurous people.
Adventurous. So you can imagine.
They love to party, they enjoy the
Chill.
nightlife, they chill, they travel, they do all the
So you can't just pull the plugs all of a sudden. You have to, just like how babies are weaned off breast milk and everything, you have to wean her off gradually.
How are
and maybe
babies
him,
weaned off?
Auntie.
No, I just want to know. You
Auntie,
are a
let's
woman.
not digress.
No, I
Auntie,
want to
let's-
know because it will be a great example. So that master, if you win
introduce the baby to other fluids apart from breast milk. You have to start with water, this porridge and whatnot before you gradually stop. Allowing the baby to suckle on your breast. So it's the same thing. Wean her off gradually. You can't do it all alone. You need help, maybe from somebody she really respects. It could be her mom, and that's a problem. If there's nobody she really respects and has that rapport with her, if not, they will have to resort to the service of a therapist to guide them, to walk them through.
Here is a case he had spoken to a therapist, a counselor for that matter.
And that's the thing. The question we should be asking is, does the lady have any iota of respect for that counselor? Because if I'm seeing the counselor as my co-equal, I say, me too anymore, but now can be a pharmaceutici. So you need to find somebody, a revered person whom your wife, respects and can't say no to or something. Just for the person to talk, gradually. You can't even force her to change. She can put up a cool attitude one week and then switch. So, there's a whole grooming, gradual weaning off process for him.
But it's a lesson, you see, so that when you getting into a relationship, there should be a goal.
Absolutely.
What is the goal? And once there is a goal, there should be a plan. So what's the plan? Are we having fun for 6 months and after 6 months we get to serious
business?
Are we having fun for 1 year and after 1 year there are certain things we have to quit?
I bet when you got into your marriage, you never had any plan with your wife.
I did.
Really?
Yes.
I know there are a lot of people who do not even have plans. Like, okay, you say about
After 1 year.
2. After that, we'll rest for some 10 years, and then we'll continue with another baby. Then we'll have our pension baby when we are both 45. How many people even have
I think
that?
that's what Kumi said, that we tend to focus so much on the ceremony, the wedding ceremony, that we
actual-
fail to plan for the marriage itself.
That's what I'm saying. That a lot of
people
don't
don't
even
plan.
They don't
That's
have
the
it.
thing.
It's a
They don't.
project. It's a lifetime.
Yeah.
something. So are you going to live your life without a plan? Every day by itself? No. How would you succeed?
some marriages are also on autopilot, but it moves smooth.
Yeah.
No, that is by the
Yeah.
grace of God.
Okay.
That is when grace is in your favor. But you can't leave everything to the dogs.
And
just
even
like
with those ones, then the people have agreed that maybe, Charlie, I just want an open marriage.
Yeah.
Do what you want to. I just want on paper. Let's look good on paper. We are only good on paper,
Yeah.
but in reality, we are all doing our thing.
And Andy, the danger is married people who hangs around with non-married.
Single
Yeah.
people.
And if you are not blessed to have discerning people, they will wreck your marriage. Because you see how the lady is complaining that the guy is nagging. When you go to parliament, because they have their parliament, they have experienced it, so I know. When you go to parliament and they are talking, when they bring your husband on board and they are talking, he says this, don't mind him. He just want to be bossy. Because they are not getting what you're getting. So they will wreck your marriage so that you be like them. That is when you begin to realize what you've lost. By that time, it would have been too late. So please, if you are married, you've crossed over. Nobody is saying that be at loggerheads with your friends or whatever, but there should be a limit.
Okay.
You've crossed over to another level, and a guy in a power. to play it safe. Onyem no.
And Kumi, no, but that's
Well,
it.
well,
It's
now
not,
that
it's
you
not
spoke, let
a
me-
guarantee that she was still sober.
No, but
Because for all you know, if somebody has been this adventurous, the actress said probably after every intercourse, she'll pop some pills.
She's not
She'll
ready.
pop pills. You
Well,
see,
well,
that's
no,
what I say that like we do sometimes here. You need to allow the boys mature into men.
Yeah.
Same way, allow girls grow to become women before you settle down with any, because she's still in her girl days, living the life.
I don't blame anyone but the gentleman himself. That's what she started.
Exactly.
When you met her, you were chilling together. So now she's doing exactly what you guys were doing. The problem we have is someone trying to change people. Like, people have that mentality that they can change you. You can't. A full-grown ass adult, excuse me to say, you can't change an adult. She's an adult. She's a grown woman. She's 27. She has friends. She's having fun. She's enjoying her life. In the first 3 months of your marriage, you didn't seem to have any problems with it. You are fine with it. And now my question is she asking the husband to go with her, and the husband is saying he wouldn't go? That's why she's going with her friends, or the husband is just relaxed and just want to stay home?
It looks as if the husband has changed.
Well,
Yeah, he's tired now.
you
so
did. She hasn't.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
so-
You matured.
so-
She hasn't
you
matured.
see, yeah, that's the thing.
So when it gets to that point, going out becomes it's not bad to go out, but not regularly, especially if you begin to work at certain places. Like if you work with multimedia, you cannot be
You'll
like
be
in the
exhausted.
newsroom.
You'll be exhausted for a girl.
Yeah, by the time you get home, you are tired. So you need to rest, you need to think, you need to read, you need to research, you need to watch programs and all these things. Your hands are full. So if you were the outing type and your partner too was doing same and you guys were doing it together, and you change your job and find a job like ours, automatically you are out of that space. And it will be difficult for you to do that because your job wouldn't allow you, even though your wife likes it. And you cannot stop her from doing that because that is what she wants.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the problem, it's what Samson was saying. Samson, what, right?
Saminiwa.
Samin, what I was saying, you have to win her gradually. It's
Absolutely.
a gradual process. Like, you're chilling every Saturday. So if now you don't want to do it because you feel like, oh, you've grown as a man, you can do it maybe once every other weekend. So, oh, babe, let's go out this weekend. The following weekend, let's stay home. Or let's do this other weekend. But trying to just tell her to stop doing that, it's not going to work.
Suddenly, nah.
Yeah, suddenly it's not going to work. It's like driving a car and you're trying to just brake all of a sudden. You're pumping it. You can't stop the car. It's
That is
it's
why
not
the
going to move.
That is why the lady sees it as nagging.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Because she's not seeing what you're seeing.
And at this point, since both of you were adventurous, I think the guy should come up. I mean, he should draw a timetable. Maybe this week, in a month, we are going to step out twice in a month. The rest of the weeks or days, we are spending indoors. Let's do some indoor activities, because obviously the lady has too much time on her hands, so she finds solace in the midst of friends. And if you're hanging out with single friends, nobody's calling me home. Mama wouldn't call me home, so I can stay till the day breaks. But you are married, and as I'm saying, if the company is fun, she will find it difficult leaving the midst of her single friends and just go home to a husband who was going to sleep. No, why? That's fun. So you really
What
need
if the husband is also not a vibe?
No, that's
he
obviously.
needs to
No,
be.
but that's obviously. So he has
Be
to
a
know
vibe. Yeah,
because
he-
you
So
started.
it
you
could be that
started.
we started off, but now she's into a different stuff they're doing. Look,
And
there's this new actress. Now she, Andy. Okay.
Andy,
And speak.
hold. Andy, hold on. You can't just
come
stop
back,
something that
cousin.
you've been doing for that long. It's not that
Exactly.
easy. Like, okay, Andy, let me ask you
she
this question.
mentioned she had met some new friends, and I had noticed some changes in her. So I asked her, "But you," excuse me, and she said she's no longer gonna be friends with another person. She's another actress, and I asked her why. She said, "Oh, they've all been chilling together, but the actress introduced her to something she felt was extreme." something she had never done. I mean,
Threesome.
one can. One can. One can.
No, it could be possible.
It could be.
But one can.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, what she mentioned was a bit dangerous. Because what she does, she does alcohol. And she said, she had tried 2 fingers for some occasions. But then, once the nose thing came in, she felt like, no, that's extreme. And that she will no longer mess with this person. So if I was driving, I was listening when she was telling me, but I felt like, wow, has it got to that? Yeah. I mean, this is a lady we're talking about. So supposing I'm her husband, and she enjoyed what the lady introduced her to, which I am not going to do it no matter what. There's no way I'm going to hit a powder.
She's a gunner.
Yeah.
She's a gunner.
That's what I'm saying.
She's gone.
What at all will make my wife, what at all will make me influence her or lure her to stay with me while she is getting some level or some different fun out there?
I think that they need a change of environment.
Yeah. Like,
Andy.
No, this is a very serious thing. I mean, look, I want us to consider this.
When it gets to that point, you see, I wish I could talk. but I
Listen,
can't.
for someone...
I know. No. That's why you need
I
to. You
wish.
need to hold on that.
No.
Don't.
No,
Don't.
please hold.
He's
Please
gonna
hold.
share.
I mean, we've all been there. But look, for someone who had found herself in a certain company,
You've lost her to the street.
oh my God, where she feels
lost
like
her to the street.
this is it.
she's gone.
So weekend Friday no sunwa nkwa. It's like she's lost
Maybe-
one half of her rib.
Maybe,
Like
yeah,
something
no.
is gone.
Yeah.
Like Koteki.
Yeah.
You know.
We can't blame the girl. You are doing it to her head. So
Exactly.
Like,
You
you
see-
saw
What
that.
do you mean you can't blame the girl? Who is to
we,
blame?
yeah, we can't blame the. Yeah, but you saw
The
that.
gentleman is the one we are
gentleman saw
blaming
the-
here.
Why are you blaming him?
Andy,
saw
I
the-
always say I
Samuel-
have a very hard and fast rule. Don't introduce me to an energy you
can't
can't
keep.
maintain.
Exactly.
That's just my rule.
can't.
Don't. If you know you can't keep up,
Me.
not to you. I'm just saying it.
Ah.
If you know you
Tell you
can't,
are my girlfriend. If every afternoon I have to take you go chop fufu,
if you know you
and
can't,
all of a sudden,
You stopped.
no,
why would you stop? Why would you stop?
I'm busy with work.
You are busy every time you are busy.
Oh no, but now we are grown ups. We are married. Let's cook at home. You say no.
No, but then you can't tell her that every blessed day you need to be cooking. At least once in a week, once a while. You
Cook
don't
for
you,
me to eat. This one is every
you can't
week.
just
Cook
cook.
for me to
You
eat at
can't-
home. You
Andy,
will cook every day.
if you were dating and you made
Eh.
your woman sure that I don't need you to cook, I'd rather prefer we step out.
Okay, but
When
now
you-
we are married.
When you, no,
Okay, health implications.
guess
I'll
what?
get typhoid.
Guess
Let's
what?
eat at home.
That's
How about
something
that?
that I think people forget that. Oh, once the rain goes on, everything has to switch. It doesn't work like that.
She's still the same
Whatever you pander to during a relationship is going to even worsen
If that's
when
the
you
case,
marry.
then the lady is not to blame.
That's
If
what I'm.
that's
No,
the
but
case,
that's
let's
what.
leave her to
So,
live her
Andy,
life.
let me say, maybe you, the guy, you have that fortitude to say no and abstain or refrain from certain things. For her, as you're saying, adventurous, she can be adventurous and stupid.
Well,
You get it. So she doesn't even have that wit or whatever
Willpower.
to even say no.
She's being
So
herself.
if she's been misled or led astray, she can't even draw herself back into her own body and go like, no, this is bad for me.
Andy.
And I don't know, but we find ourselves in a society where almost every wrong has been normalized
Oh, yeah.
to make it look so right that if you're not doing it, you feel like you are the odd one out.
we are cool.
So imagine your girl finding herself in such a space where everybody is doing. I mean, it's now a norm, and you're now suddenly telling her, "Oh no, don't do it." No, like where did this one come from?
You see, and sometimes too, some of our people, when we see a different light, our attitude changes.
Yeah,
And we begin to see other people from a different light, and sometimes the way we go around it,
It's
it's
bad.
more judgmental.
it's bad.
It makes it difficult for the person to accept
Exactly.
what are you saying. We were doing it together. Let's say this is why or you've changed. Then all of a sudden, you begin to shout on her. Why
It's
did
like
I
now
want
you both
that?
are now unequally yoked.
Yeah.
You see, when it happens that way, the person will feel uncomfortable around you. So the guy should be creative about how he communicates some of these things to the lady, or else She has a company
And that's
where
the thing,
she's
I mean-
accepted, where she's loved, whether good or bad.
should get help.
Whatever they are doing to her is good. So if you want, it's like preaching to a sinner to repent. You can't force it on the person. It should be a gradual process. So if you when she comes and you begin being harsh on her, she has a company who they would accept her whichever way, whether good or bad. So you'll be pushing her away from you, and you lose her to the street, to those people.
And I think the worst mistake you can also do in such circumstances is to talk to a counselor who has not really tasted the world.
Oh, yeah.
You see, in such cases, you need to move to, the men of God who used to be part of the world.
Yeah.
And they even married buddies. And then, somewhere along the way, the calling came upon them and they have, how they get to win their spouses to become part of the ministry. These are the people you need to be talking to.
Not a
Because
counselor.
trying to convert a body to leave her body ways and then follow you in this journey.
It's not
that,
easy.
Master, God called you alone. I didn't receive that call. So you need these kind of people who've tasted the world, know what they left behind, and what the kind of future they are seeing out there to talk some sense into her. And let's not forget, if we told you and Sachani Power, this is Nsoshe. And unfortunately, it's not everybody who survives the Nsoshe.
Oh, yeah.
The experience can break some. It can kill some.
Yeah.
So, he needs some serious wisdom in navigating this crisis, honestly.
Do you know what I see, Andy? It is highly possible, and I'm afraid for him.
He's lost her to the
lost-
streets.
He's
gone.
lost her to the street. And
Yeah.
when they get to that point, it is very
The
difficult.
streets have won.
It's like being
Okay.
addicted to
Addict.
substance
Crack.
abuse.
Yeah.
Let me read some messages. Nana Click said divorce her ASAP.
Hey,
Good Oda Mary says, why then do you start something you cannot control?
Exactly.
Captain Mole says, a car ban.
I can't be fear.
Jerry Coombs says, leave. She's cheating. Solomata says, Young Wale says, it's time to part ways. She's chasing her dreams, not yours. Derek Dago said, brother, your mental health first. Make sure you leave this marriage. Frimpong Edwin said, Chairman, Chairman has got married to a retired slave queen. I won't be surprised if she's into the thing some. Theophilus Osamenyan says, young man, wise up. Bright K says, send her back to her parents, but don't divorce her yet. If she's not cheating on you and really wants the marriage, she will listen to the advice of her parents and return. But make sure before you accept her back, you lay in front of her your rules, and she must accept to play by it before you take her back. And have it in mind that since you know she's adventurous, as you say, you must continue to plan little trips and take her out at night for your marriage to be stable. Good afternoon, Andy. Bello Burns says, man, you have tolerated this nonsense from her too much. Your wife should know that she's a married woman and need to cut off or limit her outings. Bro, man up. Otherwise, men will be knocking your wife nightlife outing soon. Susan Ash sends in quite a lengthy message. Says, good afternoon, Brandy, my number one radio god. Brandy, please, how are you doing? My opinion on today's letter is just simple. Where did the guy meet his wife? Probably at nightclub, right? So there's nothing he can do or say for her to change. Imagine taking a girl from the nightclub and now you expect her to be like a church girl or what? If he can't change her, then he should walk out. Most of these guys and men of our time always say they won't. Oh my God. Oh, come on. Sorry. Okay. Most of these guys and men of our time always say they want ladies who know swag and what's up. So if you are not that type, they see you as mumu. Some of them have not seen anything yet. Well, Anya says you didn't stop the nightlife because you got married. No, you stopped because it's draining your finances, but your wife gets sponsored by men. That's why she still goes. She didn't stop going with you. You stopped going with her because it's draining your pocket. Because his Spunky says he should sack the lady from his house to her parents' house until further notice, period. Sweet gentleman says you get married to a side chick, not a wife. Sarah Jewa says, hey, that's all I can say. Hey. Opo Kwemo says, you should forget about the wife and what's consecrate about his wife? I'm sure you wanted to say concentrate. I know what I'm saying. I'm also into that business. There's money in it past his wife job. No, yeah, listeners, you cry as you say. Which one is I know what I'm saying? I'm into that business. Aika Frank says, Grandpapa Andy Power does this. I think the lady is cheating, so the guy should divorce her and run for his life. So this generation, what at all do they want in life? Hey, Honorable Kwamno Fosuji says, marriage. Bro, take it easy, eh? What makes you feel in love in her? Okay. I'm sure he's trying to say what made you fall in love with her. Just inform your parents, see how it will go. Bokovi Roland Busy Brain says, good afternoon, young grandpa. Why and how did you meet the woman, Andy? I want to say the woman is this thing. You get me right? Yes, I Which one is the woman is a this thing?
Andy, talking about reporting her to her parents, there was this guy who went home after work. You know her, we all know him. We all know the guy. Went home after work, and the wife was cooking, so he decided to go and sleep. And, when he woke up, the wife was nowhere to be found. The food was in the kitchen. When he asked their daughter, do you know what the daughter said? Mommy, semen can't say okujana down for biokumase omoko a year.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes.
Just like that.
Just like that. The guy was asleep. Just like that. And the guy,
yeah.
So you are going to help me with the messages.
The guy decided to report the lady to the mother. And do you know what the mother said?
Oh, wow.
My wife.
Yes.
Hey.
I'm telling you.
My wife.
You know the guy.
Wow. My wife. That my wife has traveled.
Wada. Ofre juma ba wada aduane si jaso ba na ja aduane na okokumase. Wodi na dan.
My
okokan ne ma oba ne ma me say opekasa dodo. O he na untimi. O he na untimi anya force.
On Kumasi. So the Kumasi near there say.
So sometimes some of the parents. Yes.
Omusie nka ho. Omusie nka body no. Me I'll call you first, madam. What do I hear now say? Who do you own him? So omusie body now.
Also, Brother Bernard.
Sometimes some of the parents they know what their words are doing.
Yeah.
I know a parent who somebody came to marry their daughter and said, "We are sure so be me because when
me, I'm very old. I'm very old. Okay, I nearly mentioned his name. Our friend. At his wedding, I remember I had traveled. Then we went to this wedding. Oh, yeah, we are never for no be a danasi. That was you.
Where you are from?
What did you call?
On one of against yeah, him say, yeah, the radio say, no, by a way in a free as well. That was now, dear, Yenim say, Nasa more than Yenim say, one gas award, then Yenim say, would you obey to me? My friend wasn't smart enough
at all.
When the woman started acting up, what kind of was said, that make I want home.
He had natural.
Yeah, because he had natural. Yeah, that was here.
One
we didn't mean to me was no one even to me.
So sometimes
who would to me?
The family we see things and we overlook it because we are bled by love. We know people who follow ladies to the club just because they want to have time with them. Some even convert from their religious inclination to another religion just because they want to. All these things play a role. So I wouldn't be surprised that the guy saw this coming, but was bled by love and feels that we all had the same yoke. No, you didn't. Her energy is bigger than yours.
Yeah, unequally
so
yoked.
please go ahead.
All right, this one says, Mr. Andy, these days in Casa, the youth are rushing into marriage too much with immaturity. My guy, quit and give yourself up to 40 years. Now you're too young to control marriage. Don't say you didn't hear my message. And that's Pascal Youngfly from A Shy Man.
You heard it.
Nana Kwejas Kapabuzia says, I'll always say this. Do not introduce yourself or your partner to a lifestyle you cannot afford to maintain or change. You saw the signs earlier and decided to ignore them. You met her as a party girl or the outgoing type of girl. That was her lifestyle and you loved it then. Probably she thinks you like her that way. And Taya Danzel Arthur says, you didn't marry a wife. You married a girl because she's finding it difficult to understand you, but rather thinks you are nagging. With what you just said, according to your story, I doubt this marriage has a future. Your wife is not ready to succumb to realizing she's going overboard, which isn't what a married woman is supposed to be seen and known for. She'd rather love to be a girl with mediocre mind. You don't need us to advise you. Understand what and how you're feeling and make a decision. Rosalind Gerard also said, if it were to be me, I would just call it off because she doesn't understand the word marriage. So she should go back and learn. And Victor Dogbachi also says, you saw all these before you married her, thinking she would change after marriage. When people show you their character for the first time, believe them. That's how they are. Miles also says, she loved it when she was doing that earlier. She turned it up a notch higher to who she truly is. You have a big problem coming, bro. And I don't see how you're going to come out of this if not a divorced lumen. And Omar Ice also said, all you need to do is divorce her as soon as possible. Find another lady who is serious and ready to settle down with a sensible guy like you and move on before it's too late, oh bro. Martin Marvelous GH also says, your wife is a public wife. Try and talk to people are mean. Just a community project.
Community wife.
She works with the public service.
Project.
Wife is a public wife.
Public wife.
Try and talk to one of her friends and she'll tell you everything A to Z. Open your eyes. Benny Sadari says she's for the streets. Let her go permanently. Yalcidia says she's not a wifey material, bro. Run out of that kitchen. And Kofi Luma says, did you guys date long to study each other, to know her well enough, or just for beauty or shaggy reasons? You married her without checking the red flags. Henry Kofi says, if you can't beat them, just join them, since you both were into it before you got married. Nia Damama also says, worry not, pregnancy will humble her. Seydu Hamza says, you need to know that some birds cannot be caged. Efo Blaise also says, street queen. That's what she... Jay Kwame is asking, hey, you married this? And Chosin Yesuba also says, you should also know what to do by now to feel the right way about marriage. Wolfgang says, what happens to not marrying women above 22? Hey, since when did that become a limit? Just say, what part 22? Why and why?
I will be
AC Yabuaba says she wasn't ready for marriage. Sagacious Dokazi says, do what your heart tells you. Nanaja says, Osanso say beautiful wife. Kwesi Mano says the good thing is there are no kids involved. Say beautiful wife. Just say feelings home. Feelings home. Quasi says the good thing is there are no kids involved. She'll be quick to move on. Patrick Nate says she's for the streets. Run while you can. She can never change, and maybe them they die time on a regular basis too. While partying things are shifting the play. The Ladem Richard says, bro married a street girl. Looking forward to changing her. Godfather brother says, bro, let me put it this way. 27 years and she's behaving this way. Bro, you didn't marry a smart woman. Because at 25, this girl should know how to settle down with her husband. Bro, you just married another version of woman. You can't advise her or control her. There's nothing you say and she'll listen. So the better thing to do is to quench the marriage. That girl hasn't chopped life finished. She doesn't face anything in life that can make her learn lessons. MacLeod Bongreat says, just be going with her, or what do you think? Before you know, they met each one at the ninth party. So what do you expect? Men must read actions more than words from their partners, sake of your mental health. Jay Becker says, everywhere go first Blair. Very soon I go Claire. Osip Boy says, have you let the family know? Because I've not come across anything family here. And as Aneji is also saying, one thing I still struggle to understand is people who enable bad behavior and then play victim when it finally turns against them. It's like watching someone hand out matches and then cry when the fire starts. Monica Hageman says, you knew the kind of person she is before you married her, so deal with it. Bibi amope. Aaron Namenso says she's seeing someone else, just divorce her, period. And Kobe Will says she's for the street, bro. Star Ojo says this is what happens when the woman is the husband and the man is the wife. Not in my lane. I go biking lash hair till her senses return. Who born her? Hey, guy, domestic violence. Yeah. Solomon Akonoba says, good afternoon, Mr. Andy, my brother. I'm so sorry you married a girl, not a wife. This is a girl who is not ready to submit and take responsibilities as a married woman. Mr. Andy, he should rather look for a wife, not a girl or a lady. Ernestina Ansaba says, just divorce her. Simple. Married woman behaving like she's single. Set her free. And the things she said she's doing with her girls and guys and you still entertain her foolishness, just send her back to her parents safely. Kelvin Tenu says, someone is shagging her outside. Musa Hawa says, Masa, run, or she's going to give you another man's child. And Selim Kofi Doche says, I miss the days our fathers will just pack your things and leave it outside for you. Pikino day inside safe, and you're here sobbing. Are you waiting for her to unalive you? Stop the complaints, redraw from her, and focus on building yourself. Don't ever say a word to her again. Get yourself a better queen before this one goes see. Now you 7 with divorce, Boko, and move on. That's just it for the messages.
As we speak, a friend of mine is telling me the same issue.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know there. On what's our evidence? What tell woman? Oh, he tell the woman we go see. So the woman had gone to work. When she came back, my brother was long gone.
Yeah.
Wow.
As it stands now, he told me this and he said, look, it's been 3 years. I said, but I saw your wife. I said, oh, Maza, it's been 3 years. She doesn't even know where I live. I've left her.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it looks as if you are speaking
Menga
someone's
Waza,
language. Why have I said this?
I don't mention any name.
I'm just interested in the story.
Yes.
I'm just interested.
It's a serious issue.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, guys,
I know
it's
you
time for
from
us
the
to
first.
go. Where you from? Thank you very much for coming, Samino. I think you have to be coming often. In fact, next to hey, Samino is part of the team officially. Yeah. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you, Kwamna. Thank you. Ernest.
Yeah.
Let's meet next week.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
God willing.
Tomorrow, my special guest is